They call it psychological torture, a sterile term for an insidious reality. Victims report voices in their heads, bodies racked with pain, all without a single visible bruise. No-touch torture thrives in the shadows, a phantom menace dismissed as delusion or paranoia. But what if the whispers are real? What if the walls really do have ears and voices? This isn't a question for conspiracy theorists anymore. It's a question for anyone concerned about the increasingly blurry lines between technology, control, and human suffering. We live in a world saturated with invisible forces, Wi-Fi signals, radio waves, electromagnetic fields, silently shaping our lives. What happens when those forces are weaponized, turned against individuals with terrifying precision? Imagine a world where your thoughts aren't your own, where voices bombard your mind with threats or commands. It sounds like science fiction, but the technology to manipulate the human mind is no longer a fantasy confined to the pages of a Philip K. Dick novel. The victims of no-touch torture, often labeled as mentally unstable, are trapped in a nightmare they can't escape. Their stories, often dismissed or ignored, paint a chilling picture of a world where technology has outpaced our ethics, where the line between reality and manufactured delusion is disturbingly thin. The question isn't whether no-touch torture exists. The evidence, both anecdotal and technological, is mounting. The question is, how do we confront an enemy we can't see, an enemy that might be listening even now? Jesse Ventura, former Navy SEAL, professional wrestler, and governor of Minnesota, might seem like an unlikely champion for victims of electronic harassment. Yet, Ventura's show Conspiracy Theory delved headfirst into the world of no-touch torture, bringing the issue into the public eye. Ventura's investigations, while often sensationalized, highlighted a disturbing truth. The technology to remotely manipulate the human body and mind exists. Ventura's team interviewed scientists and victims, showcasing devices capable of transmitting sound directly into the skull using microwaves. These voice-of-God weapons, initially developed for military applications, have the potential to induce auditory hallucinations, implant thoughts, and inflict pain. The implications are staggering. Imagine a weapon that can render an enemy compliant without firing a single bullet, or a government capable of silencing dissent with the flick of a switch. Ventura's exploration, though often met with skepticism, forced a conversation about the potential misuse of these emerging technologies. While some dismiss his findings as conspiracy theories, the science behind them is grounded in reality. The line between science fiction and reality is blurring, and the idea of a world where our thoughts and actions can be manipulated remotely is no longer as far-fetched as it once seemed.